What's up? My name's José Gutierrez. My Instagram is high def, and I have a 1996 Nissan 240SX. What got me into it was like the late 90s, early 2000s when I was growing up in Highland Park. They used to have lowrider shows like every weekend, bro. And my uncle and my dad, my moms, they used to take me. Those mirrors that they put under the lowriders, like at the shows, dude, seeing all that shit under, like engraved and all that got me like hooked, you know. So before even drifting, before I even knew what drifting was, like I wanted to build a lowrider. So yeah, that's what got me into cars, like wanting to build cars, you get me? And guys still implemented that same style. Oh, I try to, you know how all lowriders, they're all fucking clean, they're like detail, like you see the lips engraved. Oh, that's just crazy. So that's kind of what I was going with this one. Like, I mean, there's little small details that a lot of people might not notice, but I mean, I know they're there. Eventually I'm gonna build one. I'm getting a 6.4, come on. I have a 1JZ C32 transmission, 4.6 two-way cost. For suspension, I have fuel coilovers. I have Rival AutoWorks angle kit. I got front Voodoo tension rods, and then the rear is full SPL multi-links and solid bushings. For interior, I have the bride seat, the BLITZ seat, Cusco roll cage, Vertex steering wheel. And for aero, I got the fine line tuning type 3 aero that they have. Some guy locally, you know, the S14 window louvers. I think those shits are pretty cool. And then I have the S14 illuminated door kick panels, and then the Lambo kit, the vertical door kit. And that's pretty much it. Oh, Ganna doors. Dude, yeah, I be forgetting what parts I have on there, to be honest with you. Oh, and then the BLITZ, obviously, and R33 front calipers, C32 dual calipers in the rear. Custom exhaust, oval exhaust done by B-Side Fabrication. What else? He did my custom dump pipe too. He did a lot of custom parts. A little different. Like we used to stock manifold, and he welded a wastegate onto it. Tube front done by OTB Fab out in Baldwin Park. Grady intercooler, coil rad radiator. I have a Tomei 8280 turbo on it. It was tuned by Unrivaled Tune out in Orange County at Apex. It's not a lot of power, but I mean, I just wanted it to be reliable, you get me? Like I wanted to do events back to back without having to worry about it, and so far, I mean, it's good. I've been having issues, but it's mostly suspension issues that I've been having, not engine issues. I tried it, you know, the whole like raising the car up, and it felt better, I'm not gonna lie, like to drive it, but it's not my style, you know? Like I like being low, and I mean, it is harder to drive it, I should say, especially out here in LA, just to get to the freeways. So this is like the lowest I could have it without fucking up my transmission, because my transmission hangs slow, the subframe hangs slow, the oil pan, you know, sits slow. So yeah, like I said, it's harder to drive, but dude, I mean, it looks way better. You can't compare a low car to a fucking monster truck height. You get me? Like, I'm not with that. The driving's badass, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of guys in SoCal that drive like that and they fucking get down, but I like style, you feel me? And that's not to say their cars don't look good, but it's just not my style, you know? That's not what got me into drifting. Like, I remember seeing like the old option videos and shit, and like all these guys are down, like their cars look fucking low and they're on some nice wheels. Like, that's the style I was going with, you know? Not the whole what's it called, Conce style. I'm not with that. I tried it, like I said, and the car did feel way better, but style first for me. Like, drifting should be like how Jake said, bro. Drifting should be a rolling car show, you feel me? That's the way I look at it. I have that mentality. So if I break a bumper or anything like that, I have to fix it and get it resprayed before the next event. Like, try to have the car looking clean. And that's not to say that I'm like the best driver out there, because I'm not. Like, I personally think I suck, but just the fact that I'm out there driving, you know, I'm just out there to have fun, bro. I'm not there to like impress anybody. So I just want to drive with the homies. That's about it. So, and yeah, this is the look I chose. Wide wheels and low. I just want to have fun, bro, and have a nice looking car. Because there are some drivers that their cars are fucking low, and dude, they get down. And me, like, I have the issue where I go full lock and my wheels get stuck because it's hitting. Yeah, they bind. Racing it would help, but it's gonna sacrifice the look. So fuck it, I'm gonna make it work somehow. I'll figure it out. That's why I'm going back to the track next week, bro, because I wanna get more comfortable, you know, like figure out where my limit is. All right, if I go this full, like this much, like it's gonna get stuck, so I gotta know where to stop, you get me? So that's why I'm taking off the sway bar too, because that shit on full lock, it binds on it. So Rival Auto Works and Taka, like some OG FD driver, they were out at the track when I was out there testing, and they're the ones that pretty much looked over my front end. They were like, you gotta stiffen up the front coilovers to the max, you gotta take off the sway bar, you gotta get wider tires. I'm just going off what they told me, so I'm gonna do those little things. I made a stiffer already in the front. I'm gonna take off the sway bar and I'm gonna go back out there. They told me to go with wider tires, but I can't because I'm gonna break my fender. So I'm just gonna, like I said, that's why I want to figure it out, dude. I just want to get comfortable, like with the setup I have right now. You just make it work, because there's not really much I want to do to the car anymore, you know? I'm pretty content with it right now. I just want to drive, to be honest with you. I met some guys up in the mountains when I went up there, and so those cars that they had up there were kind of like beater cars, but they had their clean chassis on the side. So I guess that's the difference from over there that I saw personally. I mean, people may have different views on it, but from what I saw, I mean, there's guys that have beat up cars and then like missiles, I guess you could say, but on the side they have their legit competition, like go to the track type car, you get me? Like they don't care if they're gonna crash into it because they know they have a better chassis with better quality parts, you know, that looks better. How the scene is right now, I mean, it's progressive. You don't see as many missile cars. Like, everybody wants to build like a nice looking car, decent looking car, you know, and I think that's dope. That's more eye appealing to all of us. Like, I don't like them ugly mismatched colors, all that, especially when people do that shit on purpose, bro. Like, I ain't with that, you know. I don't want to say that's like a Western mentality, having your car all beat up and stuff. Like, I feel like, yeah, no pride in it. You just want to hit the next person's door, you know, and it's not really about that. It's about getting as close as possible to them without hitting them. These fools want to be like a demolition derby type shit, so I think they have that mindset in, and I think a lot of it has to do with like the way that they portray drifting on TV. So I think a lot of these youngsters probably have that mentality, like, oh, like, let's just build a demolition fucking car, you know, that we're just gonna crash into each other. But it's not. I don't see it. I don't think it's like that. It should be like that, you know, personally. But yeah, so I think it's progressive right now. Everybody wants to build like a nice, clean drift car, and so I think it's in a progressive state right now. Man, there's a lot of takeovers out here. I don't fuck with that at all, dude. That shit just makes it hot for all of us, you feel me? now the cops see a car that's slightly modified and shit, and they give them, there's like more of a reason for them to fuck with you, you know? That's just fucking it up for everybody out here. At least, dude, and then California is like a fucking horrible state to live in if you want to drive a modified car, you feel me? So they're just making it, and LA's already hot as it is, bro. And these fools are just making it hotter. Youngster mentality. But people that do want to get into drifting or like building a car, learn how to drive first. I did the mistake of fucking building my car, like, you know, going all out years ago, like probably like what, like 8 years ago, 9 years ago when I started. That's the advice I'll give people, like keep it simple, get you some coilovers, weld your diff, and just go to the track and have fun. And then little by little, you know, start adding parts that you think's gonna help you out. But you don't need much, you feel me? See, honestly, you just need coilovers and a welded diff, and you can make it work. But make your car look nice. Like, don't start taking parts off. Like, don't get rid of the front bumper. Don't get rid of the rear bumper. Like, don't build it just for clout. But bro, I didn't build it for that shit. I built it because I just like how that clean look. You feel me? So don't build it for clout. You can't take it too serious either. You know, it has to be fun, because then it loses its purpose. Like, what's the whole point of you building the car if you're not gonna be having fun with it? You feel me? But yeah, that's advice I would give. Just don't overbuild your car. Just keep it simple when you're first getting in, and just drive. Just get the feel for it, get the hang of it, and just have fun with it.